This is a weather forecast for Hurricane Helene, a major hurricane that could be a Category 3, most likely will be a Category 4 upon landfall. Here's an official forecast. This is a live look at Hurricane Helene here, as it is a Category 1 with 85 miles per hour wind. You can clearly see a low pressure right there with that counterclockwise spin that we're seeing like that. You can very clearly see this here on satellite imagery. Let's go ahead and get the new forecast out for this. This is expected to be a Category 4 or 5 upon landfall. The National Hurricane Center officially has it as a Category 4. But as we see, we have hurricane warnings all the way up through central Georgia here, where this is still expected to be a hurricane. This isn't no small storm. Most of Florida is going to feel this. 90% of Florida is currently under a tropical storm warning. That blue stuff all over your screen right within here, this is a tropical storm warning. The red is a hurricane warning. So again, all of Georgia, you're under a tropical storm warning. All of South Carolina, parts of North Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, you guys are under a tropical storm warning. This isn't just going to be a small hurricane. This is going to be a massive wind field on the storm. And most of Cuba here is literally feeling it. Like, this western tip of Cuba is really feeling it. And it's all the way over here. So that's a lot of miles right there being covered by this. As we take a look here at storm surge totals, we're going to see this 15 to 20 feet from Apalachiola all the way to the Chazahowa-Witzka. This area here is expecting at least 15 feet of storm surge. I am not joking with you. Anywhere else in that red, up to 12 feet, so 6 to 10 feet from Indian Pass to the Apalachiola and down to the Anacolt River from the Chazaholska. Further south, 5 to 6 inches from the Englewood up to the Anacolt River, and 3 to 5 from Mexico Beach to the Indian Pass, and from Eaglewood all the way to the Keys of Florida. And 1 to 3 beach from Walton Bay County line, the Walton Bay County line, all the way up to the Mexico Beach, all the way through every part of the Keys. All of the Keys are in at least 1 foot of storm surge, at least up to 3 feet of storm surge. Let's go ahead and read what the National Hurricane Center has in the public advisory. At 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time, the center of Hurricane Helene was located near latitude 22.5 north and longitude of 86.6 west. Helene is moving towards the north at 12 miles an hour. A northward or northeastward motion at a faster forward speed is expected during the next 36 hours. Storm surge, combination of life-threatening storm surge and the tide will cause normally dry areas near the coast to be flooded by rising waters. We've already read this stuff out. Your wind. Hurricane conditions are expected within the United States. Hurricane warning area within the U.S. hurricane warning area late Thursday, with tropical storm conditions beginning Thursday morning. Tropical storm conditions are expected in southern Florida later this evening and will spread northward across the rest of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina through Thursday night. Hurricane conditions, especially in gusts, are expected in the hurricane warning area in Mexico during the next several hours. Tropical storm conditions are occurring in the warning area. We're not going to read rainfall. Tornadoes, a tornado or two tonight. All right, let's go over to the forecast models. I don't want to wait anymore. Let's get to the forecast models. This is going to be a major hurricane. As we see here, 927 millibars. This could be down to 918 millibars upon landfall, and I can say that will most likely be a Category 5 if that comes into fruition. This is the HWRF model, HWRF model. This is showing landfall between 10 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central, so 8 to 11. And it will still be a hurricane up through central Georgia. This is where we're getting a very dangerous situation in Georgia here. Let's take a look here at simulated infrared. You can see how big the eye is here, and this is that eye that we're gonna be looking at. Wow, that amazes me, just to what we're seeing here. The HMUN, let's see what it shows. It shows winds of excess of 140. It shows the winds excess of 140. Wow. Let's go ahead and get radar. Looks to make landfall with 925, 924 millibar winds, which again could be a Cat 5. I'm pointing this out there because it is realistically possible to see a Cat 5. Very realistically possible. We'll talk about all the ingredients and what's coming up for this here in a few minutes. I just want to show all the possibilities here. The HAFS shows it making landfall with 945, which could go either way. So again, this is going to be a dangerous, dangerous situation. But why are we saying this could be Category 5? Well, let's take a look here at your lower dynamic, I'm not that smart today. You can see right here, we have a trough. There's a trough digging through right here. This is going to steer it and give it just that extra little boost into the ocean and let it go through. If we go back over to forecast models, hurricane hunters are already in the Helene. We're going to have a live video today. Weather models are only showing it going to Cat 4 again. But let's go over to water vapor as well. There is not a lot of wind shear. It's not going to be fighting dry air. Its whole path is literally water filled. You have moisture in the air. It's not going to be battling this stuff over here. There is no reason this can't become a Cat 5. It is most likely going to be Category 4 upon landfall, but still, this is something to take very seriously here as we go into the next several days. This is going to make landfall tomorrow, and we're going to be live until it is no longer a hurricane, which is most likely 3, 4 a.m. Most likely I'll be live. So that is the Hurricane Helene update. Let's go ahead and show you guys here the graphical interactive map. It is expected to make landfall just southwest of Tallahassee and to the southeast of Panama City. Panama City, this is going to be very dangerous. You're literally seeing all of these watches and warnings all the way through to South Carolina. And that hurricane's here. So when you're seeing that, you know that that hurricane, that tropical storm winds could affect these areas. I am amazed by this. This is currently the storm right here. It does have some hurricane forced winds. Again, that's what you're seeing right there. And this over here is that hurricane warning. Let's recap what we just saw, then we're going to end out. I don't want this to be too long for you guys. Again, this red is a hurricane warning. This goes in through to central Georgia. This blue here, this is a tropical storm warning. This goes from the Keys all the way up to Tennessee and North Carolina. Something that is not typical. South Carolina, sometimes. North Carolina, okay. Tennessee, not usual. And it's not normal to see a hurricane this far on land still be a hurricane. It is actually very rare. I want to point that out now. This is going to be a very, very dangerous storm system that's approaching the United States. That's going to be it for this. We're going to have a live video tomorrow, live coverage of this hurricane as it makes landfall as a Category 4 or potentially a Category 5. While here, before we do end out, let's go over the severe weather risk for tomorrow, where we do have a 3 out of 5 for parts of Georgia here. This is going to be for tornadoes. Right here, this is that 3 out of 5 on your severe weather scale. If we go over to your tornado threat, it is a 10% in that area, 5%, and then 2%. Any of your risks, no hail, but there is a small one threat from Florida to North Carolina here. So again, that's going to do it. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.